Well, we're back. No mental health vibes, mental health break. But anyways, we're on to a group of peoples. An area that is very dear to me. The Akan / Guan country. Most of this region is centered in the countries of today's Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, with the Akan inhabiting the southwest and central parts of today's Ghana and the southeastern part of Ivory Coast, and the Guan being centered in the savannah region of today's Ghana. The Guans were actually the first to enter today's contemporary Ghana as well, some saying as far back as 1500 BC. And later on, the Akan came migrating from the Dahomey Gap in today's Togo, Benin, and they settled at the border between today's Ivory Coast and today's Ghana. These Akan migrants, as well as another Mande force, slowly but surely incorporated Guan peoples into the families and states that they established. The creation of these states actually introduced many things like the gold weights that we know of today, Adinkra symbols, Akan calendars and festivals, highly centralized government systems, identity, and most importantly gold mining, which actually made the first Akan state Bono mine very rich due to its ties to Ghana, Mali, and Songhai, and it also served as a precursor for multiple Akan peoples moving further south. These gold riches made their way from the north of Africa all the way to Europe, and had the Portuguese looking for ways to get around the North Africans and Arabs. So they set sail and established trading posts all over the world, one of them being São Jorge de Mina, the first European fort in West Africa, and the first of many European forts in the former Gold Coast. This gold trade and the ivory trade that was going on in neighboring Ivory Coast actually spared the Akan and others in today's Ghana from the detrimental effects of Atlantic slavery for the first 100 years of its inception. Nonetheless, however, they were still affected by the meddling of affairs by European powers and the constant conflicts that European powers had on the coastline due to them jostling for gold trading. The wars fought between centralized Akan states and their European allies led to a substantial change in warfare, as more guns started to pour in after the 1630s and completely changed how and why wars were fought, hence starting an arms for slaves trade. These events actually led to the rise and fall of powerful states like Dentra and Akwemu, and the rise of the Asante Kingdom and powerful Fante City states. The rise of Fante and Asante City states actually coincided with the rise in demand for enslaved people instead of gold. As Asante and Fante expanded and war captives increased, British, Dutch, and Danish castles swelled with enslaved people, and many of those enslaved going to nations like Jamaica, Barbados, Suriname, other parts of the English-speaking Caribbean, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and states in the USA like South Carolina and Rhode Island.